spread the word about the Dolphins. Maybe putting the Cove DVD on sale at Ocean Park would be the first step. What I want to say is about education and conservation. It seems like we always talk about education and conservation in very different contexts. Some people think, Ocean Park think that the animals we have are the ambassador for rape. It's like prisoner.
Yeah, I understand.
So how do you define ambassador? I mean, these animals, in their views, they are in prison for the rest of their life.
And I define, that's part of why do people have dogs? Why don't you let the dogs run wild? Why do people have birds? Why do people have cats? I mean, it's part of life. Some people do believe that you get closer to nature. As I say, I never would have known what a dolphin is if I didn't see it. I wouldn't know a dolphin can do those kind of, you want to call them tricks or whatever, or the habitats, or that a polar bear or what they do. To me, there's so many important things. Saving the polar bear. I mean, they're becoming extinct. There are so many things in life. It's same like, that need to be studied and need to be seen. Why is this happening? And educating people that they shouldn't be. An Eskimo feels that maybe we have to kill the polar bears, and because they can use them for food, and maybe part of it is right because their parents did it and the grandparents did it. And that's the culture. You're brought up in that culture. I believe, that we need to at least educate people, and that's what we do, and we do well. I'm happy to bring the Cove in if we can. I think it's an important, aspect, but I don't want to be so propaganda on one side. We need to be down the middle. I mean, I'm just a normal guy who looks at both sides, and I think that it's really, really important. And I respect what Ocean Park does. I respect what, the work that Rick and others like Rick do. I mean, there must be other people like you as well that feel that way.
Do you have any comments about the educational aspect?
Well, with due respect, I totally disagree.
I'm sure.
I have come to believe the Dolphin Show is a spectacle of dominance. There's nothing educational about that. It's the opposite. It teaches us that dominance is right, dominance is good, dominance works. And it's about the young children I'm concerned about as much as the dolphin who go to these dolphin shows and are miseducated. To teach a child not to step on a butterfly is as important to the child as it is the butterfly. And what do they learn when they see a dolphin show? They walk out of there thinking this is where they belong.
Well,
you don't, and we're told, well, if we didn't do this, these kids would never see a dolphin. Alan said, I never saw one before I came here. Well, you may never, these children, these very same children, may never see a snow leopard. Do we go to the Himalayas and drag one of them into the room also? Or do we teach our children to control their desires? Which is the key, I think, to solving all of our environmental problems. The dolphin show is not, there's no connection to conservation.
If there's a message, I know, but if there's a message, I mean, I agree, the old dolphin show before our time, my time at Ocean Park, was, I think, pure entertainment, I think. And in fairness, I think the psychology at that time, people were not as aware as they are today. Now we talk about pollution, we talk about environment, we talk about all these things that are suddenly become very aware. When I was little, we never even, environment wasn't even talked about. And so it was a different time. The more educated we get, the more we learn, we decide things are important.
Yep.
And so what we did at Ocean Park, and if you would come and watch, it's the natural behavior of a dolphin with narrative in 3 languages, in Mandarin, in English, and in Cantonese, just talking about how important it is for a little girl to understand about conserving dolphins. Now, it's Ocean Park's way of just educating, and different people. Listen, I went to school. I had many different teachers. Every teacher had a different way of educating me. That was just, I went through school that way. Not every teacher was the same. So that's something that I respect, and I can understand where you come from. Yes, is it great? Sure, is a dolphin better to be out in the wild, and he might get eaten by another dolphin or by another bigger animal? It's part of life, but I believe that they're already captive born, they're already there. And so let's make the best of them, let's treat them with respect. Let's treat them in the best way that people can then learn about them. And as we say, we can't release them at the moment. It's not like we're bringing in thousands of, or more, lots and lots of animals. I mean, we're built out. Our message right now is to educate, and that's basically